We have with us several members of our clergy. As I said before, they're very active. We in Essex County are very fortunate that we have a Ministers Alliance, and some other folks have a Ministers Alliance, but there's sort of a name only. Not here. Our Ministers Alliance is a very active alliance. If there's a problem somewhere and they can be called upon, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday or Sunday, whatever it may be, they show up. They show up and they're there with us. They're there with Chief Ambrose, myself, whatever the situation is. By the way, Chief Ambrose, my partner, was supposed to be here. He's dealing with emergencies. He's probably going to be here in a little while. But I just want to let you know that we have this great relationship, and these are great folks who will hold our feet to the fire, may I add, without hesitation. You know, sometimes I want to run away, but I stay there and I take it like a man. But these are great folks. I'm going to start with Bishop Jethro James from Paradise Baptist Church, who is also the president of the Newark, North Jersey Black Churchmen.
Thank you, Sheriff. And I, too, echo everything that has been said today, because not only do Black lives matter, all lives matter. And we believe that this will be something that will improve the community and the relationship with the community. And so all lives matter. Police officers' lives matter. Community members' lives matter. And we will be there. We support this. And I understand there's some federal grants that are available. And Sheriff, please add our organization's name to the list of those that are asking for more funds, for more cameras, that we may be better and have a better community. Thank you.
Thank you. And from around the corner from us here, one of the largest congregations in the state of New Jersey, if not the largest, Reverend Ron Slaughter from St. James AME Church.
Good morning. At this time, I want to commend our wonderful sheriff for this vision and for this wonderful opportunity for the Essex County Sheriff Department. I also echo the sentiments of Bishop James and call on our senator and our congressperson, Congressman Payne in particular, and Senator Booker and Menendez, that if there are any federal grants, which we know are out there, so that we can put body cameras on all of our deputies, we call on them on this day to allow those federal dollars to come into Essex County. As a citizen of Essex County, I'm glad that we have moved this far. This helps us tremendously for our city and our county to be able to avoid what we've seen in Ferguson, Missouri, to avoid what we've seen in Baltimore, Maryland, and other cities across the length and breadth of this country. This helps us tremendously in the area of transparency, and that's the key with the body cameras. As churches are now, including my church, has put cameras all around the facility, it's good to know that even our sheriff department has done the same on every deputy that walks the beat. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. And from the Christian Love Baptist Church in Irvington, New Jersey, Reverend Ron Christian. Reverend.
Giving honor to God, who is both the author and finisher of my faith, to the county exec, Joe DiVincenzo, to our esteemed prosecutor, to the sheriff. We thank God for this initiative because we understand, as we explained to the Attorney General, we are law-abiding citizens, and law-abiding citizens always look for police and a respite in police. We thank God that there is transparency because it protects both the citizen and the police officer. It brings clarity to a situation and circumstance that might not ever be explained in other means on paper or otherwise. It protects the cop on the street, which we want to happen. Additionally, it protects the citizen and their civil rights and their civil liberties. So we thank God for the sheriff, and we want to say, again, as we spoke with the Attorney General, we've always been in unison and symphony, whether it's the Pastor Jethro James knows it was at his church, whether it was the gun collection, whether it was the gang reduction, whether it was your war on gangs and war on drugs. We support it, we applaud it, and we thank God. Because the law-abiding citizens in our community, we want our cops to be safe, and we want our citizens to be safe. So we just feel as though this is another step in a Herculean effort in that direction. So we thank you, and we thank God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Reverend Reginald Jackson was on his way. He had called away a death in the family, so he had to skip and give us a call. But he's also let us know that we're in a family. They're Monsignor Hines and several other ministers and different denominations were ready to come and just couldn't get here. But we have enjoyed great support out there. We appreciate it very much. The money is important. From the AGs, that $150,000 allotted to us, that we also applied to a grant which ministers talked about. And there's a $600,000 grant available from the federal government. There are 12 of those, and Essex County was deemed appropriate eligible to apply for one of those, which we have done. And hopefully, with the support of everyone here and our congressional delegation, we'll be able to Donald Payne in particular is already on board, and we got Corey on board, and I'm sure we're going to get Bob Menendez, everyone else involved to support that effort, because we need the money. Our goal is to get all of our officers. And to do that, everyone involved, we need almost 500 cameras for our department. We're the second largest department in Essex County, and one of the largest in the state of New Jersey. So people understand that we need, in order to do everyone, which is our ultimate goal, that's an awful lot of money. But we're going to continue to do that. Okay? Okay? Questions, please.
How long do the cameras record for, and how long will you save videos of incidents?
How long or what?
How long do the cameras record for, and how long will you save videos of incidents?
Chief, my technology guy.
It's 8 hours. It'll record for 8 hours.
Oh, here, come on.
They record 6 to 8 hours depending on the length of the video. As for retention policies, we're guided off of the AG guidelines that we're following.
Which is what?
A minimum of 90 days for body-worn cameras.
Have officers been directed as to what type of situations to activate the cameras?
Yes, there are specific guidelines that were issued by the Attorney General. We put our guidelines together, approved by the prosecutor to the Attorney General, and it's too lengthy to get into, but we'll supply you with a copy if you wish to have one. But it's a long read, just so you know that. But everyone is protected. There are going to be occasions when, if a citizen says, if it's not a criminal matter, I don't want to be recorded, the recorder goes off.
General order is on our website.
Right. On our website. You can go to it and you can look at the guidelines, okay? Anything else? By the way, these cameras right now, dealing with only 40 to our officers, we have to 8 hours and recharge, and someone else will use it on the next shift, because right now we only have 40. We want to keep them out there. This is not like, we're ordering them. We're going to bring them. Our folks have been trained. The 40 people have been trained with it, and they're going to be out here 24/7. The ones that we have. So they'll be out there working. We just can't do everyone. We can't do our narcotics bureau, for example, when they go on raids, but eventually that's our goal, that everyone will have a camera on he or she's uniform. Okay? Anything else?
How do the officers feel about wearing these cameras?
I think by and large, most of the officers are pleased about with the development. I think at first, we're all afraid of a little change, being human beings that we are. Like I said, we recruit from the human race. But the fact is that most of the officers seem to be okay with it, because they know this is a level of protection that will help them eventually, and it helps them deal with the community, makes the community feel safer. So anything that does that, it works for all of us. I think everybody's on board with it. I haven't heard any ramblings from anybody. Anybody else? Anything else?
Can anybody give us a statement in Spanish? And
Yes. See. Anything else? Anybody want to add anything? That's it? Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for all showing up. We did, if you want to look at it, our server's at the patrol division, so it'll take at least a half hour to develop. But just so happened this morning that we did a little chewing out, no, mild. And he happened to be wearing a camera. I said, turn your camera on. And then he turned it on, and we have a copy of that if you want to see it.
See it in the training room.
It's in the training room if you guys want to look at it, what it looks like.
Thank you.
I'll give you a scenario. I was coming in this morning, and I didn't see the officer out there. Happened to be him who had his camera on. So I said, you have a camera on? I said, good. I said, where were you? Rest is, you can look at it if you want to take a look at it. It was a mild reprimand, if you will. But it'll give you an idea of how this works, okay? All right, guys, thank you very much. That's available for you if you want to look at it.